In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a content post. A content post can be a podcast, it can be a blog post, anything that you want to show up in a particular category's feed. So we're going to go ahead and scroll over posts and pages and click on create new post. This is the page where we create our new blog post or podcast post. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the post title, which would be the podcast title for this one. This episode is called Racking the Shotgun. It's my episode 0 for Anarchopreneur. Next, I'm going to go to when I want this episode to be released. Now, you can type in the date that you want it released, or you can click on this little guy over here and you can pick from the calendar. If you want it released the day that you're typing it up, go ahead and click and select that particular day. If you want it scheduled for a future date, so you can create the post now and it will be released at a later date, you just pick the day that you want it to be released at, and then it will automatically release it that day. If you want it to show up at a previous date in that RSS feed for that category, just go ahead and click on a day in the past, and it will make it look as if it was published on a day in the past. On this one, I want it to be uploaded for today, so I'm going to go ahead and select the current date. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add the audio. Like I said, this is going to be a podcast post, so I'm going to add some audio to it. And I'm going to go ahead and just search for the audio file. And here it is, Anarchopreneur episode number 000. That's the one that I want to upload, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. You'll see this green status bar filling up as the podcast uploads. All right, once it uploads, it will let you know that the podcast episode uploaded correctly, and it will also give you a reminder here on how many more megabytes you have for your monthly upload limit. Looks like everything was okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Next, I'm going to upload a banner image for this particular episode. So I'm going to select new banner, and I'm going to find that banner here in my folders. Let's see here. It'll be in images and episode 000. So I could either choose the file like I did with the audio file, or I can just drag and drop. I'm going to show you how to drag and drop. You just find it in the folder and drag it into this little section right here that says drop the file here. The image will upload. You can zoom in, move it around. Whatever's in this dotted line right here is what will be captured for your banner image. I'm going to zoom out and put it back in place. Once you've got the image the way you want it to look, go ahead and hit crop and upload. It will upload the image, says it's been uploaded successfully. Click continue. Now I'm going to enter the description for this particular episode. I'll enter that information right here in the post contents area. Now, if I want to affect any of this text, it's really simple. I just highlight what I want to affect. Then I come over here to the blast off buttons and I pick whatever effect I want to add to it. So I'm going to say I want to bold the episode number. So I'm going to click on bold while it's highlighted, and that'll add these little bold tags to the front and the back end of the section that I want affected. Also, if I want to add an image or a link or a video, all of that is available down here as well. So we'll say that I want to add an image, and we'll take one of the existing images this time. So I will put my Anarchopreneur iTunes. This is just to show how this feature works. You can also use a new image just like you did for the banner image. Go ahead and click continue. That will show up right here. Next, I'm going to pick the category that I want this post to end up in the feed of. And like I said, this is going to be a podcast episode of Anarchopreneur. So I'm going to select Anarchopreneur. If I wanted it to show up in the freebies feed, I'd just click on freebies. If this was a blog post for Church of the Invisible Hand, I'd go ahead and click on that. But it is a podcast episode, so I'm going to click on Anarchopreneur. And lastly, I'm going to add keywords for this post. Keywords just make it easier for people to search for related keywords for your particular post. And I've got those in there now. So I'm going to go ahead and click preview post. And as you can see, the image is up here at the top. Where I bolded the title, it has a bold to the text. Here is the image that I posted in the post as well. And here's the podcast player to make sure that the podcast actually uploaded. I'm going to go ahead and everything looks right. Here's the keywords down here at the bottom. Everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and publish post. And now I'm going to go back to my BlastPod website. And when I click refresh, you will see that this episode right here will be replaced with the most recent episode upload. So I'm going to click refresh real quick. And the newest episode is right here. And all of the other episodes have been pushed back one slot. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this episode. And you can see the banner image is right here. The podcast player is right here. The episode title is bolded, just like we wanted it to be. The rest of the text is unaffected. And there is the image that I added to the episode as well. And at the very bottom here, underneath the social icon rollovers are the keywords for this episode. So that is how it is done. If you want to create a post, you just go over here, hit create a post, fill in the information, select which category you want the post to show up in, click preview post, make sure everything looks good, and publish.